One of my major gripes with financial advice while I was in that field for 10 years is I didn't feel like what's called modern portfolio theory, what's standard in financial advice, that it wasn't addressing inflation hardly at all. Like in all the classes I took, and all the continuing education I took, and all the professionals I spoke to, they act like inflation just isn't an issue. That's because inflation hasn't been an issue in the US since the 70s. It's been 40 years of non-inflationary times. If you look back at the 70s, some old timers, they have concern about it, but they seem to be like, okay, we've figured that out, we've licked that. And I just don't think that's the case. I do not think it's the case that we've got inflation figured out. I think that we have a ton of US monetary policy and global monetary policy that has insulated us from inflation. Like just being the world's reserve currency alone has insulated us from inflation. And a ton of our global and US monetary policy have just kicked the can down the road and made it possibly infinitely worse. And my biggest problem is, I think it is a much bigger problem than people know, and I don't think modern portfolio theory addresses it. I don't think current financial advice in the paradigm in the US of A addresses inflation. I just don't. The only way that they say it addresses inflation is that if there's inflation, stock values will go up. And that is true. Stock values will go up. But in retirement planning, you're talking about people who are in retirement and who are moving gradually their portfolio more and more of a percentage into bonds. And inflation's destroyed bond values in a way that is hard to describe. So I just don't think that modern portfolio theory addresses inflation in the US of A in a way that I'm at all comfortable with. What has developed in its place instead of a comprehensive solution for inflation and what asset classes do well is people who are really concerned about inflation have just gone to gold. 100%. Hey, if you're interested in this, buy gold. If you're interested in this, buy gold. If you're interested in this, buy gold. Today, gold's like at $5,000. It's gone through the roof after the Trump tariffs, which is a whole different thing that we'll have to talk about. But the bottom line is the solution for inflation in the USA has become just buy gold. And that's a really bad retirement plan.